젖은 미로 속에 우린 저벽 넘어서도 볼 수 없지만
Turn it up, turn it up. 네 마음을 들려줘요. It's running time, yeah. 내 손을 잡아요.
달려가는 달려가는 높이 저 멀리 달려가는 높이 저 멀리 돌아보지 않아 정말 원하고 바라고 있다면 날아가서 하늘 끝까지 날아가서 하늘 끝까지 이 날개를 펴고 alright
Yeah, running run till the end.
It was a beautiful day on the island of Sodor, and all the engines enjoyed working hard, including the jobs they don't like much. They even enjoyed helping other engines in need. Although there is one engine that usually don't enjoy much of work, and that is Devious Diesel himself, even though he's not really that much devious. One day, at the engine shed, Diesel is resting at Tipworth with his friends, even if they are steam engines.
I'm telling you guys, at times like this, I just wish we could just find some other jobs to do. Oh, come on, Diesel. It can't be that bad. It's just extra work. So someone just wants us to work real hard, that's all. Yeah, Percy's right. We shouldn't delay the railway company. After all, it's our job to work on the railway. Well, speaking of railway, where's the Topham Hat? He should be here by now. All the engines already left for work. And we were waiting for what kind of special jobs we should have. Meantime, I'm starting to get puzzled. Maybe he's busy having sex with his wife last night and ended up oversleeping. Diesel, what's your language? This is a kid's show, for Pete's sake. Hey, the dogs does it. Maybe the humans will do it too. You mean human having sex with dogs? No, I mean humans having sex like the Paw Patrol. They seem to be doing it all the time. Even though they're still young. Diesel, since when you know the Paw Patrol can have sex? I'd rather not talk about that. Well, anyway, don't talk about it. You know, if they're around, I don't think your Ryder will be comfortable to hear something like that. Besides, not only Ryder is just a young teenager. These pups are still young kids. You mean young puppies, Duck? You mean as in young puppies? Same difference! They're young! Everyone's gonna be young sometime. I can hear every word you say. The engines looked up and recognized the voice and the copter. Skye flew down with her helicopter and she landed right beside them. Skye? Well, what are you doing here? And you're supposed to be on Paw Patrol duty? Yeah, I was. But Sir Thomas and his wife, Lady, had called me and told me that the Bat Controller is feeling under the weather, so she told me to fill in for him while she called in the doctor to make the Bat Controller feel better. But Sir Thomas did give me a few lists of things to give special errands to run for so many engines that could, get the job done. Oh, then which engine should it be? Well, I'm just gonna have to give one of the orders to one of you so one of you could start taking the job to give the orders to the engine. That way you could, get back to it again. Oh, really? Well, if that's the case, well then, just say is, so you do it? Sorry, Skye, but I have some other work to do. I had to shut the trucks for, Thomas, after all. And I had to pull them out all this, midday. Hey, don't look at me. I got jobs to do. Then who is not busy? Of course, that would be me. So you do it, Diesel. Well, I guess I should. Alright, what's the job that I had to give to the engines? Well then, Sir Thomas had one Thomas to start pulling passengers before taking the express. Thomas taking the express. Got it. And James needs to help another engine. He has to be busy as a bee. Busy bee. I get it now. And Spencer has to pull the freight cars nice and slowly. Fragile stuff, Nice and slowly. Fragile stuff. Got it.
Thomas pulling the heavy express, Spencer pulling slow, fragile train, and James as a bee. I think I got it all down. Diesel, are you sure about that? I don't think that's what she said. Yeah, Diesel, I think you might need some help with that. I'm sure I got it all down. Right, Skye? I'm not sure that's a good idea, but if you say you got it all down, then I guess I'll better go check on you later. In the meantime, I'll go get Ryder, and he'll be your navigator right now. Well, as soon as he get here. But he'll meet you out around the house station. He'll get in touch with you there. Okay? See ya! Bye, Skye! See ya, Skye! Bye! Yeah, thanks for the conversation. While the turntable is turning around for Diesel to get on after Skye left, the engines were quite worried. Diesel, are you really absolutely sure you got everything all down what she said? I think you got it all backwards. Yeah, he's right. One of you might give the engines the wrong jobs. I don't think that's what she might be talking about. Nonsense. When I say I got it all down, I got it all down. See? There's no need to worry about it. Everything is gonna be just fine. Now, will you please excuse me? I got important stuff to do. After saying his goodbyes to his friends, Diesel is already setting up to start his new job. Dieseled away proudly with his new job as the other steam engines worried what might happen. But they're not the only ones who were worried. Skye was worried that she must have messed up too. Oh man, I hope I didn't make a mistake. If I did, oh, I really hope Diesel knows what he is doing. Diesel was already on his way and excited to do his new job. He couldn't wait to tell the engines what to do and what job he had to give. He hoped they might do a better job. And to be sure, not to make any mistakes. In the meantime, he met up Thomas at the junction. Oh, hello, Diesel. Have you heard the news? Yeah, Sir Tubman had got a cold. Huh? Oh, well, actually, I was gonna tell you about the new Pokemon on video game is coming late this 2022. But Sir Tubman had sick? Oh, man. I know. Skye told me I should take his place. So she gave me a list of jobs so I can give you, James, and Spencer the right jobs. Oh, okay. What job I had to take? Well, taking passengers, of course. Oh, all right. It's not so express passengers. Huh? You had to take express passengers with Gordon's Express coaches. You mean, Diesel, I'm not sure I could do something like that. I mean, taking passengers, I get, but taking the express coaches, they're quite heavy. Even I pulled 2 of them. The last time I did that, well, no, I don't want to talk about it. Then try it again. Of course, Sir Tubman had demands it. Skye said so. I'm not so sure. Well, no. All right. I guess I should give it a go. All right. Thank you, Thomas. Now, excuse me, I'm on my way to do my next job. Oh, dear. I got a bad feeling about this. And I hope this is definitely going to be easy. In the meantime, Diesel pops over to the junction right next to the mountain where he's supposed to meet James. He could be coming down that mountain in high speed any moment by now. Oh, hey Diesel, how's it going? Hey James, you heard about the, who Sir Tubman had? Yeah. But you heard about the new Pokemon game coming late this year? What? Pokemon Legends Celebi? Yeah, I heard one of those, and I'm excited to play it. I just couldn't wait to play Astro Ninja again. No, stupid! I'm talking about Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Vital. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce the names right. But, that game's coming out soon, and I'm gonna buy them both. Yeah. I'm sure you're gonna buy it in eShop. It's meantime, how about you just listen to what I'm trying to say? Sir Dominic gave me a list of jobs, and he wanted me to ask you that you must be busy as a bee. Oh, okay then. How busy I should be? No. He wants you to be painted as a bee. Oh, okay. What paint bee? He wants you to have a new fresh coat of paint. But I just got a new paint last week, and that's a bee. He wants you to be painted as a bee. Yes. And he also want you to do some work. I don't know really work that much. Skye just told me about it, okay? She just flew down and home, gave you a list of jobs, and she told me about things to give to you, Thomas, and Spencer. I already gave the job to Thomas, and right now I just gave the job to you. I'll get back to you soon. In the meantime, I need to go find Spencer and tell him that he needs to pull a slow train, okay? See you later. Diesel puffed quickly to the roundhouse station, where Spencer is taking a rest. He puffed quickly around the bend, up the mountain, then straight to his shed. Diesel, hello. Have you heard the news? If you're talking about the new Pokemon video game that might be coming out late this year, no. And I already heard it twice. That's not what I was gonna say. I'm not interested in that Pocket Monster stuff. But I am going to tell you about the stuff I had a cold, and he put me in charge. Oh, all right then. What did he put you in charge for? To give you, Thomas, and James the orders to do your jobs. And your job is to pull a slow train filled with fragile stuff. What kind of fragile stuff? I don't really know for sure, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm not really sure that you're making any sense, Diesel. Where could I find his truck? Around Alfred Station. I just saw the load of train of empty freight cars of yours back there, and I think you're the one that's supposed to pull it. What? Diesel, I'm a private engine, not a goods engine. Ah, come on, Panzer. Engines have to do as they're told. And we don't want the Fat Controller to be crossed now after he's feeling much better, do we? Well, if that's the Fat Corrector's quest, I guess we might as well go for it. I got it all down. Thomas pulling the express, James painted as a bee, and Spencer pulling a train. Now, see how they're doing. While Diesel was puffing down on the line, he saw 4 Hot Wheels cars standing right down on the driveway. Diesel jumped right up to them and honked to them hello. But the cars didn't reply, for some reason. But to Diesel's interest, they seemed to be waiting for someone. That's odd. I wonder who they're waiting for. When Diesel looked ahead, he gasped and shocked. And he see why the cars are waiting through the driveway. Well, parking lot, I mean, silly me. There was Spencer puffing down a line with a few freight cars and a few, just a few freight cars puffing real slowly. And turns out they're not much fragile. Who is that little tank engine? Oh, it's Spencer, and he's puffing real slow. And there's not much of a train there. I thought this is a little shunting Diesel's job. The cars laughed and honked. Spencer was embarrassed. Just then, James puffed in with his, not so smart black and yellow stripes. Who is that stripy bee? They said. It's really new and really funny. James was embarrassed, but he was very cross with you-know-who. Just then, Thomas puffed in, holding the heavy express. He looked exhausted. Who's the new express engine? One said. Oh no, that's no express engine. That's a little tank engine. And he is trying to be just like Gordon. They laughed at him. Thomas was too tired to reply back at them. Diesel was shocked. All the engines are doing the wrong jobs. Thomas, Spencer, and James looked across and saw Diesel. I'm the Duke and Duchess private engine, not a goods engine. And now everyone thinks I'm slow and out of date. I'm supposed to be a red engine. I know I'm a mixed traffic engine, but I'm not supposed to be painted different as a Halloween costume. Now no one knows who I am. At least they recognize you. Except they're laughing at me. I'm just a tank engine, Diesel. The express is too heavy for me to pull, especially on my own. Diesel was upset. All the engines are doing the wrong jobs, and it was all his fault. Just then, Ryder appeared. Diesel! There you are! What's going on here? And what's wrong? Oh, Ryder, I made a terrible mistake. All the engines are doing the wrong jobs. One of your pups, Skye, gave me the job, but instead I'm doing a terrible mistake. I'm so sorry. And you seem to be all mixed up. You can't seem to remember and understand what they meant. Dang right I can't. Seems like I gave the wrong jobs to the engines. Hey, I can help you with that. How about you can let me do the job, and and you'll find out and understand what they meant. You might need help with that. Diesel looked at Ryder, and he looked at the engines. And when the engine's still staring back at Diesel, he said, Everyone, I'm sorry. Thomas, James, Spencer, I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood Skye's order. More like she misunderstood her own. But I can put this right. Spencer, you can shut those trucks in the siding, and Thomas, you can leave those express coaches for Henry when he finishes good work. And James, you wait in the sheds along with the other two, if you know what I mean. I promise I'll get this figured out as soon as I figure this out. The three engines saw how sorry Diesel is, so they agreed to go to their sheds. Ryder insisted that he should help Diesel while he tried to figure out what Sir Topperhand wants his engines to do. In the meantime, Diesel settled off and trying to figure out what his, you know what I mean. While puffing around the bend, they met at the engine named Skitjar, and he is with his own train, and he doesn't look too happy. But how did I know? He doesn't have a face. Skitjar, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be in the mainlands? I was in the mainlands. I just came to deliver this train. But, of course, unfortunately, my traction rods broke, so I couldn't go anywhere. I've been sitting around here for hours this morning. Ever since. I've been waiting for another engine to take my train for me. But of course, they never came. I was told a big silver engine should come and take it for me. Big silver engine? Wait a minute. Diesel? Which train is going to take that? Diesel looked at the goods train, but when he saw the freight cars and looked very delicate, he suddenly realized Spencer is supposed to take the goods trains as full and steady. Another engine broke down. Of course, Skitjar's train. Spencer is supposed to take Skitjar's train. Spencer? What does he have to do with it? No time to explain, Skitjar. We'll be back to help you out very shortly. And with that, Diesel and Ryder settled off. In the meantime, Diesel thundered by past through the crossing and puffed around to pass through it down the mountain. Across the bridge they go, and onwards to where an accident is. The Paw Patrol is looking after Bill, trying to get him on the track, although he broke down. Therefore, they're waiting for an engine. Diesel backed up and saw the calamity. Huh? Bill? What are you doing down there? And Pops, what are you doing down there with him? Oh, well, you see, Bill and Ben are having a race downhill with 3 coal trucks of their own. Of course, thanks to their carelessness, Bill just ended up hitting a crack on the track, which I just fixed, and ended up tumbling down the hill, derailed, as his other 3 trucks got uncoupled from him, rolled straight down safely. And to be honest, Ben have won, and he didn't even notice his brother. Just lost the race. So that's how that happened. Bill, why you and Ben are going so fast? Oh, no reason. I just only thought that we could just have a nice friendly race and everyone. In case you were wondering, this is Ben's fault. He got me distracted. I didn't notice the crack ended there. Yeah, that. But his trucks were sitting on the bottom of the hill, but no need to worry. Sweetie just took the truck straight home to the docks where Ben is supposed to be. And I, to be sure, that was gonna make sure they won't make any mistakes. Anyway, where's James? He's supposed to be here helping us get Ben to the works. Bill to the works, Rock. Bill, sorry. While the pups were busy chatting with Ryder, Diesel suddenly noticed that something. Of course! James is to be busy as a bee by taking Ben to the steamworks. Of course! It all makes sense. He needs to be repaired. Why didn't I see that before? In the meantime, after Ryder and Diesel explained the whole situation, Diesel quickly puffed to the docks and find, well, nothing. You sure that it's something that you could at least try to remember, Diesel? Well, I'm not sure for sure, but whatever. I guess we should... Huh? Rosie puffed into the station with Annie and Cloudbell, and all set too. For some reason, we'll find out. Rosie, what are you doing with Annie and Cloudbell? Again, I'm ready for Thomas's train. Gordon was already sick in boiler sludge, so I was asked to shunt Annie and Cloudbell for him before he shows up. I even had to shunt my own coaches to do it so too. Yes, and it's already been 3 hours and he haven't shown up yet. And of course, I heard that he is taking Gordon's express coaches, which he should leave it to Spencer when he should have taken it at least 5.5 hours ago. And of course, someone's foolish decision is sending Thomas to do his work instead of this job instead. Yeah, that was kind of my fault. And I think I know which passenger job that Thomas is supposed to do. Exactly! Skye must have heard it wrong! Rosie, Thomas is supposed to pull this train. He must have gone confused. Well, mostly Diesel, but he gave him the wrong name from the wrong job. And so did Skye. But no need to worry. We'll get this job done, sorted out in no time. Meantime, you shunt those coaches, and we'll be right over. Rosie was quite puzzled and confused, and she didn't understand what Thomas is really talking about. But whatever the reason, she knew that she had to do what, well, thought it's best. Well, if you say so, then okay. As if Rosie shunted the coaches to the highway bridge station, as Diesel shot back to the roundhouse station where the engines were awaiting. Back at the shed stations, Spencer, Thomas, and James were very miserable. They home and James, well, mostly James, hiding in the shed because he's embarrassed. Just then, Diesel and Ryder showed up quickly, just in time. I figured out the problem, he said. Spencer, you're supposed to take a Skidchar's train to the roundhouse station. You must have took the wrong train by mistake, the train that Mavis was supposed to take. And James, it turns out you're not supposed to be painted black and yellow. You're supposed to be busy as a bee to help the Paw Patrol to take Bill to the steamworks. And Thomas, you're supposed to take the passenger trains. Well, Gordon is out of service. Oh, so I don't have to pull Gordon's express coaches after all. And I don't have to pop so slowly to pull such a delicate train. Can I at least come out and get myself repainted? Therefore, everyone, you have to get back to your jobs quickly before Sir Tubman Head finds out. Well, except for the paint part, James. But we'll have you repainted as soon as the episode ends. In that case, I'm ready to help! Okay, let's get moving! Yes, I say, we should get moving! Ah, finally! An easy work that I won't be having to be forced to be tired out! At last, everything is all back to normal. Thomas is now taking Annie and Clarabelle for a passenger run. Spencer is now taking Skidjar's train. And James helped the Paw Patrol rescue Bill. Diesel helped. And together they took him all the way back to the Roundhouse Station. There. All done. And safe and delivered, too, Bill. Safe and delivered. Well, yeah. Thanks for the help, James. And you too, Diesel. You and the pups. Yeah. No biggie. Kinda enjoyed being the controller after all. Well, James, you certainly look pretty stripey. Don't want to talk about it. Well, Bill, I hope that's the last time you and Ben ever race down a mountain at dangerous high speed. Yeah, wait. That was my brother's idea. Sir Topham Hatt! Diesel. I heard the whole news, and I even heard that you even gotten a little mixed up with my orders. Yeah, sorry about that. Well then, I even heard that you did really well, but I've been feeling much better now. I'm glad you're not sick and under the weather, and hope you're not gonna get sick again. For my sake. And I hope Skye isn't going to get confused with my orders. Yeah, sorry. Well, yeah, whatever. Thanks, everyone. Don't mention it, Bill. Whenever you derail off the track or on the mountain, just beep beep for help. Can't seem to say yelp for help anymore. Well, that's because you guys keep mentioning it, yelp. Way back here, and then you can get that right. Absolutely. Yeah, and James, I really like your new red coat of paint. You should wear that for Halloween. Halloween's Halloween. I prefer to be red, thank you very much. Now, one of my paintballs, well, I'll just get myself repainted. Yeah, you do that, James. After this episode ends. Oh, yeah, that. Unfortunately, James, you can't be repainted. Why not? Can I be repainted? Well, the thing is, the workshop, it seemed to be out of red paint. What? Yeah, the Steamworks, well, they kind of used their last red paint on Marshall's fire truck. Seemed to be scratched out and dirty. Marshall just thought it could be a bit painted up. But it's just in the same day, right after you left with your new fresh coat of paint. And it seems that you just got yourself painted. Well, but a mistaken order, so that means you're stuck like this for at least, well, when will more new red coat of paint will arrive? And I'm asking Sir Topham Hatt this time. That's easy, James. It's only until summer. Summer? Well, you see, since since the real world is in COVID-19, the shippings were already getting pretty slow and pretty out of date. So I'm afraid that paint shipping is coming up very slowly. Therefore, that you're just gonna have to stay as a bee for 3 episodes. 3 episodes! This is... Alright. Where did that black box on wheels go now? He left at least 2 minutes ago. And I think he's on his way back to 10th month. Man. This is taking forever. I really hope no one got a feeling they've forgotten someone. And that includes me. Oh, I hear an engine coming. Oh, finally someone came here to rescue Diesel! Get back here! Giants, take it easy, take it easy. I didn't mean to. The Giants, look, I gotta get up to you. Oh, boy, new more red paint. I can even use the kids' paint. I'll buy every red paint in every store. And that will be enough. Oh, I'll make sure it'll be enough. And not right after I break you up and dump you like a bastard. Get back here! Oh, no, James, wait, no, James. No, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me, please. Don't hurt me. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Mommy. You know what? I think I can be rescued after this episode's done. Wow. What a crabby ending for James, and a very unpleasant ending for Diesel. But a happy ending for us viewers! The engines got the right jobs, everything's done on time. A new Pokemon video game is coming out this year, late in 2022. And now I just finished my Balto A and B video, and it'll be ready in first time till tomorrow. Till then, I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and wait for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to go on to Switch. And who knows, in a few years later, there might be a new Nintendo game console coming out. I don't know, and I don't really care. None of us do. And I'm gonna wait for that Cuphead show to come out in the summer until I find out that Bachmann and his brother Cuphead will escape from prison or not. Till then, chasing number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 out! Maybe I should change my head for these things.
Did you ever dream about the Stanley Cup and you scored the winning goal? You got 100 hugs from all those lugs while your parents cheered at home. You can do it. I knew you could do it. Sure you can do it. And you can too. Well, did you ever wish you were like the skating girl who won the Olympic gold? You got a twist and twirl in front of all the world, and they never let you go, 'cause you can do it. Put your muscles to it. Sure you can do it. And you can too. Did you ever dream about scoring the goal for the national team with 1 second to go? You can do it. Sure you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. And you
Thank you very much for watching one of my Bachmann Thompson